new polls to show you today. This is amazing. The whole country's going MAGA. The whole country's going red. And the Democrats don't know what to do about it. I mean, the best they've got is what? Jasmine Crockett and AOC? Sorry, that's not going to get you very far. It's really not. And the New York Times is losing it. They're flipping out. Take a look at this map. All the counties where voters consecutively shifted in one direction in the last 3 elections. How Donald Trump has remade America's political landscape as MAGA sweeps the nation. But you know what? I'm going to just say something. It's not just Donald Trump. Well, we want to give him a lot of credit, right? It's actually the idiocy of the Democrats. You know how we've talked about the 80-20 issues and how they're always like on the wrong side of everything? And so politically, I don't know how you recover from that. When you're consistently on the side of, the illegal gang members over the American citizens that are trying to, work 2-3 jobs to earn a living and pay for their kids' education and maybe go on a vacation once a year, like that doesn't go over well. And so you've consistently seen this from the left where they're just on the wrong side of everything. And the result is this map. You see that in places that you wouldn't think. They're all moving towards Trump. And do you see all that sort of eastern section, the eastern areas? I mean, even New Jersey and New York, they're moving towards Trump. The Democrats are flipping out. What are they going to do? Oh, here's the newest, latest, and greatest. They're trying to go after young men in video games. They're trying to study how the memes are working that Donald Trump has been so successful with. And so they're going to try and come up with what they call a SAM, a Speaking with American Men strategic plan. Good luck, because apparently you really hate American men, especially white men. You've told us over and over and over again, and the Letitia Jameses of the world are the one that you so admire. So you're going to have to probably do a little more than 20 million when you get into that region. This is Eric Doherty, who works for Florida's Voice and actually works with my friend Drew that you guys have heard time to time in the background on this show. Democrat Party plans to spend $20 million to reclaim support from young men. According to the New York Times, the plan creates a strategy called SAM, Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan. It will study the syntax used by young men to create viral posts online and recommends ad buys within the video games. When you over and over and over again tell a group of people like these young men that they are the problem, that they're mansplaining, that they're this, that they're that, and that white men are, the threat to America, do you really think that they're going to vote for you? No. Okay, Dems? No. You've lost them. They have no use for you because you have no use for them. So Donald Trump is offering a path forward for all Americans. And that's why you see his polling data going up, and away. Well, also, the market doesn't hurt, right? Take a look at CNN talking about this exact effect.
I think it's time for a bit of a reality check, right? We were going to late April. Donald Trump's approval rating, his net approval seemed to be falling. He seemed to be adios amigos. People were writing his political obituary. He is rising from the dead. Look at this. Hello, Trump's net approval rating among voters. This is the Reuters Ipsos polling. Look at this. In late April, he was 8 points underwater. But look at where he was in the most recent poll among voters. He's up 7 points to a -1 point net favorability rating. This is not the picture that I think a lot of people were thinking that we would be painting in late April. I think a lot of people expected his approval rate to keep dropping, but at least according to Reuters Ipsos, it's in fact rising.
Put this then in a larger perspective, Harry.
Yeah, okay. So, this is just one poll, right? But let's take a look across an aggregate of polls. What are we seeing here? And I want to compare both to where Donald Trump is now versus where he was in late April, as well as where he was at this point in term number one. What you see is at -6 points, he is a little bit worse off than he is in the Ipsos Reuters polling, but he is considerably better than he was in late April when he was 9 points underwater. And more than that, look at this. He's nearly 10 points better than he was back in May 16th of 2017 in his first term. So what we see is Donald Trump's not just doing better than he was doing in late April of 2025. He's doing considerably better than he was doing at this point in term number one, about 10 points better than he was doing at this point in term number one.
In a vacuum, -6 isn't good, but in Trumpian terms, against himself, it's actually a pretty good position for him to be in politically compared to himself.
Exactly right. This is considerably higher than he has traditionally been.
So the big question here is why, Harry? Why did it bottom out? Why might it be rising?
Okay, why? Well, take a look at the chance of a recession. It's actually falling. The chance of a recession is falling. In late April, it was 60% according to JP Morgan. Look at where it is now. It's less than 50%. How about Goldman Sachs? You see the same thing. 45%, now falling to 35%. The bottom line is, it is the economy, the economy, the economy. As the chance of a recession has fallen, as the trade wars have kind of collapsed a little bit, at least with China, Trump trying to make a deal, we do see that I do think that the voters are responding to this, and therefore we're seeing Trump's approval rating going up.
The tariffs were really hurting him, and he backed off, and it may be helping him politically now.
Sometimes Donald Trump has some pretty good political instincts.
Harriet, thank you very much. Kate.
I'd say very good political instincts. I mean, again, as I look through all of these polls, it's pretty impressive. He did take a slight dip, right, when around Liberation Day, but the markets have totally recovered. I want to get to some of what he's been saying, in fact, with the EU, because he's delaying some of those tariffs that could go into effect. But overall, what you're seeing here is a real momentum swing. And I think it's because Americans feel like, okay, somebody out there is representing us. They're caring about me and my family. And Donald Trump is riding that, and the Republicans are able to ride that and will continue riding that. On the other hand, you only have the likes of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's representing illegals here in this country and fighting for them, or you have, the people like the Congresswoman out there in New Jersey that was, arrested by Alina Habba for her protests because she was trying to trespass onto the immigration facility, the Delancey facility there, rather than get an appointment or anything, and then was caught on videotape allegedly body slamming ICE agents. And so you contrast those images, right, with what Donald Trump is trying to do, and it's a very, very different picture. So consequently, we're seeing this, I think, real support for Donald Trump.